Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this regularly scheduled Township Board of Supervisors meeting. Our first item will be a pledge to the flag. Please join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. There was an executive session after the last meeting on April 9th for purposes of legal matter discussions. So at this point, I'd like to open up the floor to any communication from citizens. If anybody would like to address the board, if you are on Zoom, click the raise hand button to be recognized. Otherwise, in the audience, raise your hand to be recognized. All right, seeing none, we will move on to our engineering reports. Diana?
Good evening, gentlemen. I have no updates to the report that was submitted. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer.
Any questions?
Just wanted to thank Diana for getting that information for us.
Sure, of course.
Thank you. John, civil engineering.
Good evening. In my engineer's report, I did want to make note that 2025 was the record low for traffic deaths. And PennDOT, Federal Highway Administration, have this policy called Vision Zero, which is trying to eliminate any traffic deaths by motor vehicle. And of course, we know that that's nearly impossible, but it's incredible that as long as I've been keeping records, those fatalities are way down. So that's certainly a good thing. A lot of that, I believe, is due to technology and things of that nature. The other thing I wanted to mention to the board is, as we all know, this was the week that the PSATS convention was held in Hershey. And every year they have an engineering component, a conference up there, and I've attended probably for the last 2 decades at a minimum, and they had a couple of very good seminars. One, the topic was it was a legal seminar. The title was "We're in Big Trouble and It's All Your Fault," and while sitting through these conferences, you find out things that you're probably not doing right, and sometimes you hear things that you are doing right. And it's good to know that we as engineers are protected by the Pennsylvania Tort Claims Act, just like the board is protected. So unless we do something really stupid, we're protected and sheltered from that. Otherwise, they'll still litigate, but sometimes they sue for no reason. But one of the things that they had talked about, and I was thinking about eliminating it. You've seen the first capital review letters with all those sort of crossed out kind of things. But the recommendation was having a cumulative review and maintaining that so you know where you came from. And so I'm probably not going to eliminate now that I heard. And sometimes it looks it makes your paperwork look more disorganized, but to have that record all on one sheet is something that's somewhat valuable. So I learned something there. The other seminar that I attended, it was entitled "Artificial Intelligence Can Do That," and it was practical applications of transportation asset management. And we've done, years ago, remember they were saying that all of our signs, we had to check them for reflectivity and are they aged, and that sort of died down. However, one of the big concerns is measuring a lot of our roadways. We some years ago, I think 3M measured all the roadways to determine the quality of the roadways. Well, now, and I went out and as a litmus test got pricing for 100 miles of, 110 miles of roadway in Springettsbury Township, but this guy went through and used Allentown, Pennsylvania as an example. Every sign, sign height, quality of sign, what it's mounted on, manholes, inlets. And I started thinking about that. With our MS4 program, year in and year out, we have a sort of collection of where our storm systems are, but they're always saying, show the entire storm system. Well, they would, as part of this AI service, they would measure every manhole, inlet box, not measure, but photograph, and then they GIS it and put it on a layer. And then he was showing, and for the board members, if someone came in and said, Eastern Boulevard, you should change the stop sign. You could pull up on a program and they train you how to use this software. Where are the stop sign on Eastern Boulevard between one road and another? I know both Mark and Denny in their years at Public Works knew how many traffic signals we've had, but I'm certain they don't know how many inlets we have in the township, and that would be a way that we would be able to inventory that. So I didn't know if there was some interest in that, but the beauty of this is it would be the line striping, signage, curbing, sidewalks, and I know we're going through that, but this program or this AI feature measures all of that, puts it in a database. It could give it to you in an Excel spreadsheet and things of that nature. And I think it might be something we might want to look into, one for future planning, for MS4. I mean, we really don't have, we all have separate databases for some of the things we do, and this might be a way it could be unified. And I just throw that out, but the cost isn't incredibly bad. He quoted at the meeting about $200 a mile, and I put everything in on the proposal, and they came up with a proposal for like 40 grand to do that. So it might be worth the investment to get everything all in one location.
Database, yeah.
So I'd be willing to, I'll share this information with the manager and the board, and if you would like to pursue something like that, I think it would be a beneficial.
I didn't get an opportunity yet, but I know you sent me a video to watch.
Yeah,
Sounds
just like a 5-minute video of
Sounds
and the
pretty
thing that I
intriguing.
liked about it is, how often people come in here and say, well, we don't have any sidewalks in my neighborhood, and you could look right away, oh, there's sidewalks a quarter mile away or what have you, and we've done, but now this AI stuff is getting so powerful. It might be, now it's getting to the point where it's becoming affordable, and if we could have it all in one database, because we have some of our stormwater stuff in one database. The sewer, we have pretty good mapping, but it's never all combined, and I think this would be beneficial.
Send that around to everybody.
I will do that. All right. Any questions on my report?
Anybody? Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Next, we have our consent agenda. We have items 5A through F. Are there any items on here anyone would like to have removed for further discussion?
I'll move to approve consent agenda items A through F.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Next, we have bids, proposals, contracts, and Denny's Toys. First is authorization to purchase 2026 John Deere Model 1575 four-wheel drive tractor, snow blower, and rotary broom from Southern York Turf and Tractor in an amount not to exceed $56,984.27 on a PA CoStarz contract.
Mr. Chairman, this item is included in the 26 capital improvements budget.
Mr. Chairman, I would move for authorization to purchase the 2026 John Deere Model 1575 four-wheel drive tractor, snow blower, and rotary broom from Southern York Turf and Tractor in an amount not to exceed $56,984.27. PA CoStar's contract 44000-28317.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Next, we have authorization to engage with Iron Horse Environmental, CoStar's 52887 for Class 2 service and various spare parts for the 5 Turblex blowers in an amount not to exceed $165,537.88 out of the shared sewer fund.
Mr. Chairman, this is also included in the sewer, but 26 budget.
Mr. Chairman, I would move for authorization to engage with Iron Horse Environmental, CoStar's number 52887 for the Class 2 service and various spare parts for the 5 Turblex blowers in an amount not to exceed $165,537.88 out of the shared sewer fund.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Is it safe to ask what they're blowing?
Air.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
It's providing the air to the biological mass that's treating the.
Oh, got it. Thank you.
Any communication from supervisors this evening? Charles?
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm pleased to report from PSATs. I'm telling you, I'm getting an alert that my voice quality is pure or is poor. Let me know if there's an issue. But I'm pleased to report essentially everything went fine relative to the resolutions that transpired. The conference had some interesting appearances. Most notably was Senator McCormick was there, who really took a lot of time and expressed how he does have a great working relationship with Senator Fetterman. And I always found that to be interesting and encouraging, for the benefit of Pennsylvania. One of the biggest things that they highlighted at the conference was this Township Bill of Rights. And I'd like to take a few minutes just to talk about that. This is an effort, concerted effort by PSATs to kind of express the townships, all of us townships' position relative to working with our other governmental friends, the federal and the state. The Township Bill of Rights comes out to that we deserve the right to plan our own future, protect our backyards, freedom from unfunded mandates, which has been a longstanding PSATs position, bringing the town crier into 2026. Now, I need to explain that. This is George's hot button item. And bringing the town crier into 2026 means that we can use websites and emails and all other alternative forms of communication to advertise events and not exclusively the 17th century, 18th century newspaper. And then the last one of the elements of the Bill of Rights is a seat at the table. And with the expectation that the feds and the state treat municipalities as partners, because we deserve the right to plan our own future. We deserve the right to have our positions known. And that was the big thrust of the conferences for us all in this 250th anniversary year to sign up for the Township Bill of Rights. And that's all I have this evening, sir.
Thank you, Charles. Anybody else?
I have one thing, I guess it's a question, just something I want to be sure I understand. We had a citizen in here in the last few meetings that had a couple of issues, but one was the enforcement of our beekeeping ordinance. And this was someone who reported that they've had bees on their property for 20 years, and now all of a sudden, someone came around and gave them a notice of violation and told them that they must either I'm unclear about what the either are, take a class, get certified as a beekeeper, register with the state and register with the township within 30 days, or get rid of the bees. I'm not sure exactly what that means either, but I know we changed our beekeeping ordinance within the last few years. I'm not sure if this seemed a little draconian in terms of not grandfathering anyone in, and I haven't gone back and read the beekeeping ordinance, and I don't expect an answer this evening necessarily, but I'd really like to understand, is our ordinance, is that really the way our ordinance is written? And is this something that we're dead set on enforcing, and can it be enforced, and those kinds of questions? So I don't think it's something pressing, but it just seemed like an odd situation, the way it was being enforced.
We did discuss that within the last couple of years, and I thought we had come to a resolution about it.
Our new ordinance,
With a certain number of beehives allowed per area of land or something like that.
I thought it had more to do with the location of her hives. Maybe I'm wrong, that they were too close to the road or something.
well, there's definitely setbacks and such like that, but there is in the very beginning of the ordinance states that you have to comply with the PA Department of Agricultural regulations. And what I have to clarify, and I have not clarified, if you have any hives, if you have to have a permit through them, if that's a state law. I don't know if it's a state law or it's something that we required. If it's a state law, if you're gonna have any beehives, you need a permit, then we can't circumvent that.
Right.
But if it's something we added that's not triggered unless you have a certain number of hives, I need to check into that. And I'll report on that.
Okay, good. Thank you. Is that good, Don?
Thank you. Yeah, great. Thank you.
All right, James, Solicitor's Report.
I have nothing to add to my report unless there are any questions.
I don't hear any.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Mark, Manager's Report.
I am pleased to announce that I received an email from the Office of Budget the other day, and we made it through the final phase successfully, so now our payment reimbursement is being processed. So I don't know how long that takes.
So we might get this money before we have to rebuild this place again?
I'm hoping it's within the foreseeable future. But at least we're in the final phase.
Right.
That's all I have.
And anybody? Questions? All right. Under ordinances and resolutions, we have ordinance number 26-01, amending Springettsbury Township Code of Ordinances, Chapter 265, Sewer System Public.
Mr. Chairman, this ordinance has been properly advertised and is ready for adoption.
if anybody's having any reluctance because they haven't read it, this was the molybdenum.
Selenium and the
Selenium.
molybdenum
Yeah.
limits changed, minor changes.
So is the chromium, that's just a typo?
That was a typo from the last time we did it.
Yeah, got it. Makes sense.
Do I hear a motion?
I'll move for the adoption of ordinance 2026-01 as presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody want to talk about sidewalks on 11th Avenue and Whiteford Road tonight? Meeting adjourned.